Do I need to click? God damn, that was long. The morning class is by, in a blink of an eye, the lunch break soon arriving. I stand up and lift off a yawn, only to find I'm not alone. Come on guys, we talked about this. As if the conversation this morning never happened, I find both my guardians stand around me oblivious to my irritation. What's up, Kenta? Am I going to get lunch now? I'm going to go get my own lunch. You guys don't need to be glued to my side. Go do your own things, or whatever. But what are we supposed to... I don't know. Something. Anything. I feel like you two have been pretty much attached to me since I first met you yesterday. Some breathing room would be nice. I really am grateful that they're here. Otherwise I might have met a grisly end yesterday. This is borderline stalking. I'm even going to bring up how they camped outside and then proceeded to break into my house. Oh, okay then. I get you. Hikari understands too, I think. Heh. Come on, Hikari. It might be fun to explore the school a bit and see what it has to offer. We've never really had the chance to attend one before, after all. She's never been to school? Just where did these two come from? The more I talk to her, the more she makes herself sound like an alien. Like an alien. Like. Alright then, Kenta. We'll go do our own thing for a bit. Just yell if you need us, and try not to die. And like that, she marches off humming a happy tune. Hikari follows in her wake, but not before giving me one last icy look. I can almost feel my shoulders begin to frost. Brrr. Well, I did it. I somehow convinced him to give me some peace. For the time being, anyway. But now what? First and foremost, I should probably try not to forget about lunch again. Otherwise, I might just keel over and have finished the job for whatever dark forces that are lurking out there. I head to the cafeteria. The cafeteria is, as you would expect during lunchtime, completely packed. Throngs of students take up what little walking space might have existed between the tables, equally as populated. I stand my ground and gradually work my way past the crashing waves of students that impede my path. Of course, getting food would never be so simple. Eventually, I work my way to the front of the line and approach the counter. Naturally, through all the students before me, there's very little in the way of choice. I guess it's either this sandwich or this other sandwich, neither of which seem amazingly appetizing. Whatever. Anything will do after how much food I've missed out on. Cheap, bland sandwich in hand, I give a look over the tables. Like before, they're all pretty packed. Though I do see one fairly empty table at the far end with a familiar someone happily digging away at their lunch. Even from this distance I can tell it's Sayaka, her vibrant brown hair instantly distinguishable from everyone else's. I don't see Hikari anywhere in sight. They must have decided to do their own things for the break. I guess if I want to sit down here to eat, Sayaka's table is the only choice, but do I really want to eat here? It's so noisy, I can't even think. She doesn't notice me either, completely absorbed in the demolition of her food. Maybe I can slip away to the roof where no doubt it'll be more peaceful. We are actually moving through this game quite quickly, it seems like. Like if I just go to the options, if my iPad would quickly load faster, steamcommunity.com. It really doesn't seem like we're that far away from the end. Like there are a bunch more choices and obviously things between the choices, but it just seems like we're not really that far away. Anyway, let's sit at Sayaka's table. I want to talk to Sayaka. Then again, can't be bothered to scale all the way up to the roof where there's a seat right before me. And it might be a wasted journey if for whatever reason people are up there. The table it is. I approach Sayaka, whose eyes light up at the sight of me. Her cheeks full to bursting, she attempts to address me, frantically waving her hand in the air as food flies everywhere. Yeesh, don't talk with your mouth full. Hey, is it okay if I sit here? She nods enthusiastically, shoveling another mouthful of food in. I'm no expert in the mouthful language, but I think she said be my guest. I didn't notice it before, but she has tons of food on her tray. Enough for 10 students at least. I'm not really sure how she got away with so many portions. It's no wonder the pickings were slim by the time I got there. Wondering if magic was used in persuading them to so willingly give her all of this. Scared to think just how easily she'd been wrapping the skull around her fingers since she arrived. I mean, right now, she only used it to unroll herself and get extra portions. But where does it end? There's almost something sinister to it all. Joining her at the table, I erupt my sandwich and take a bite. Yep, just as bland as I thought it'd be. Just the way I like it. Hey there. I thought you wanted some time away from us. Apparently done with whatever food it was she had crammed into her mouth, like some kind of hamster, she's finally free to talk. Though I can see her begin to amass another shovel's worth. She's like a machine. Something in my mouth. Ah yeah, I did, but there's nowhere else to sit, really sit, so it's okay. You can admit that you just missed me so much you couldn't bear another moment alone without me. I won't tell Hikari. She grins and takes another bite. Heh, funny. That's a point. Where is Hikari? I thought she'd be with you. Oh, it's okay. Finish your mouthful first. It's not that urgent. I bring up my arm to shelter myself from flicks of stray food as she excitedly tries to explain things, not tell me things. Either way, gross. I was saying she doesn't like all the crowds and noise, so she wandered off on her own, mumbling something about finding a more quiet place. You think she's okay? Probably. She will stand another bite. Less than half of the food left from what I first saw before I sat down. Where is it all going in that slim figure of hers? I think I'll know if something happens to her. Or more like the whole school will know. She gets crazy strong when she gets angry. Good to know, I think. So basically, if we feel the entire school rumble, we can assume something has happened to Hikari. So how are you finding your time at school? I think you mentioned something about having never been to one before? Oh yeah, it's great. Everyone is so friendly, and the food is amazing. As if to emphasise that point, she stabs into her food, her face practically glowing. And maybe I should have worded it. And maybe I should have worded it better. It's not that Hikari and I have never been to a school, we just haven't been to a, well, normal one. What, did you guys go to some sort of magic school or something? I wasn't really being serious, and I didn't expect her to answer honestly either. Really? Her mouth full again, she nods, having learned at least some manners. That's really by the look of things. Huh, a magic school, where they teach magic? Sounds like it could have been fun. Zaka's expression darkens. Did I say the wrong thing again? It's not something I'd like to go through again. I'd ever like to go through again. Let's just say that. Magic isn't something you just pick up in a day. There's years of studying, training, and she clamps her mouth shut and slaps her hand across as if to stop any more words from leaking out. Damn it, she realised. Whoops, silly me. That was a close one. One of these days I'm going to find out just what the heck these two are. Any day now and she'll slip up completely and spill everything. Okay then, if I'm not allowed to know about this fancy magic organisation you're part of, can I at least know a little bit more about you? Huh? Me? I mean, you seem to know everything there is to know about me, for whatever creepy reasons, so it'd be nice if I knew a bit more about the people protecting me, magic side. Huh. I should really think about this. It's really that difficult for her to think of something that isn't magic related that she can actually share with me? It's pretty much a full-time job, so I don't really get much time to myself. I'm not sure if there's much I can tell you without the big guys back at home getting grumpy at me. But you know, she sweeps her gaze over the cafeteria, a small smile growing on her face. Being assigned to watch over you has actually been one of the most laid-back assignments we've had. We've been given the chance to enroll and live out something of a normal life here in the school. Well, not really sure if I classify what they did as enroll, but I get what she means. Just being able to kick back and take things easy, like a normal girl. Didn't think I'd ever be able to do that. You know, I'm going to miss this place when everything is finished here. She falls silent, her eyes distant. She's lost in another world right now, deep in her thoughts. I never figured her as the kind to do all this deep thinking. Like a normal girl. Does that mean she doesn't like her magic way of life? I can see how it might get tiring if you had to battle things constantly, like that monster I saw the other day. But she chose that lifestyle, right? At least, I think she must have. Can't really ask her, as I don't think I'll get away with more magic-related questions for the day. ... Hey, Kenta. Yeah? Eyes glimmering and glistening, lips parted ever so slightly, she gives me a look that makes my heart throb. Why do I get the feeling she's about to ask me something really important here? Are you gonna finish that? Her eyes fall to the sandwich in my hand, still with only one bite in it. Oh, no, I'm fine. Here. Thanks. You're the best. Still in the daze from the look she gave me a moment ago, she snatches the sandwich out of my hand without resistance. Wait, what just happened? Unless staring blankly at my empty hand, the majority of my sandwich already lost to the black hole that is Sayaka's stomach. I may have made a mistake here. I notice the tray is completely empty too, spotless even. She's a monster. The lunch break soon comes to an end, and we're whisked back to class. The rest of the school day goes by fairly normally. No crazy attacks. No monsters. Still got the feeling something is watching me though. Another day down, another walk home. My two guardians by my side. They seem noticeably more tense compared to last night. After how close that fight was, I really don't blame them. We were lucky she didn't pursue us back then, or that could have been it for me. No, it would have spelled the end for everyone. The journey back is silent, both the girls' faces mirroring each other in a look of sheer determination. They seem ready to spring to action at the slightest sign of danger, so I don't want to break their concentration with mindless small talk. Burping. Gradually the sun sets on our route ahead, streetlights flickering into life, overhead one by one. Great. The more the shadows begin to creep in all around us, the more tense I can feel myself become. I come to a stop. Something doesn't feel right. Kenta? What's wrong? There it is again. That damn headache out of nowhere. Wait, hasn't there always been a pattern with these headaches? They don't usually happen during the day unless... right on time. You really do make this easy, you know. Of course. We got right into it. We need to start to find a new route home. A sultry laughter is from out of the darkness, causing both the girls to assume offensive positions. Can only be one person. Obsidian wings unfurl from amidst the night sky, and the amber-eyed adversary from before makes her presence known in a storm of black feathers. Thank you, stupid Norton bullshit. What was her name? Yuzuki? Guess it doesn't matter. Names mean nothing right now. She has a maniacal look in her eye, a killer glint. Much like before, she's here to play around. There's the one thing she's after. Me. Light floods in, dispels the darkness around the moment as the pair don their battle gear, weapons at hand. Kenta, get back. Right. I know how this works, okay. No need to be told twice, I sprint a good distance from the three girls as to not get caught up in a crossfire. But, are they going to be able to win? Yuzuki hardly broke a sweat last night, and was able to keep both of them at bay at once with that scythe of hers. The difference in power was just too much. Not to mention, my guardians have some serious issues with working together as a team. Last night was a complete disaster. I fear we might have to take another tactical retreat, and I'm not sure if I have the stomach for it. Yuzuki lands gracefully before Sayaka and Hikari, an unsettling grin spreading from ear to ear on her face. I've got to say, I'm surprised you even want to fight. I thought you might just turn tail again. I suppose things are more fun this way. A dark winds erupt into a stream of feathers, which reform into a deadly scythe within her hands. Now, which one of you wants to die a miserable death first? Hikari, now! Hikari nods and lunges for Yuzuki before she can make the first move. Sayaka kicks off at the ground and flies a good deal backwards as she raises an arrow in her bow. Am I witnessing team play here? It certainly makes a change after last night's disaster. It's all useless. Yuzuki reacts like lightning and brings her scythe to a whirl, clashing with Hikari's sword. A shockwave bursts through the streets as the two weapons collide, shattering nearby glass and warping street signs, a testament to just how strong these girls are. I'm beginning to see shades of last night's fight. Yuzuki has the advantage in terms of brute strength, so she'll no doubt push back against Hikari's blade, but Hikari doesn't seem nervous at all. In fact, she seems confident. Light, come forth! Okay. Blinded. Hikari stands on the ground and in the clash with gritted teeth, and her sword gives off a vibrant glow at her command. A glow that continues to intensify until it engulfs the clashing pair in a blinding light. I force to shield my eyes with my arm as if I were staring at the sun itself. If it was bad enough for me at this distance, I can't imagine how bad it must have been for both of them. Blinded by the lights. For the safety of my sleeve, I peered back out of the battle, the light fading slightly. It seems Shizuki wasn't expecting that at all, and she's reeling back from it all, a hand to her face. You say all twice like that, it just really sounds weird. What do you think you're playing at? And Hikari, duck! Sayaka lets loose the arrow she'd been charging since the pair had clashed. It It rockets off with unreal speed, leaving a trail of glimmering sparks in its wake as it homes in on Yuzuki. Hikari pulls back at Sayaka's voice and ducks just barely avoid the arrow coming her way. It's a direct hit. The arrow bursts upon impact and sends Yuzuki skidding backwards as he desperately tries to keep upright. Doesn't end there though. Hikari hops to her feet and charges in for a follow-up attack whilst Yuzuki is trying her best to recover from the arrow. Steel sings as Hikari kicks off of the ground and goes for a crushing blow to the head. This should be it. Can't see how she'll escape from Hikari's blade now. It's over! The ground at my feet gives off a quake as she lands. A good half of the road splits under her blade and chunks of concrete rain everywhere. It was a devastating attack to be sure. Surely no one could have survived a blow like that. But... what? Hikari is just as bewildered as I am. The dark girl is nowhere to be seen. A single black feather drifts down from where she once stood. She just... vanished. A sinister giggle echoes from the shadows. Did Yuzuki teleport? Or is she just so fast I couldn't keep up? Hikari bolts up with the sound and shoots Sayaka a frenzied look. Sayaka, look at... huh? Something glimmers from out the darkness behind her and then lashes out with a vicious swing. Sayaka just barely reacts in time, jumping to avoid the fatal slash. At least, I thought she had avoided it. Oh god. Ah! There's a sudden burst and Sayaka lets out a shriek. She herself looks unharmed, but a good portion of her outfit is in tatters. Fragments of what used to be her outfit rain down from above, well and truly diced by the mad girl's scythe. I mean, it's horrible, there's hardly anything left of her outfit. From where I'm standing, I can practically see... huh? I lost track of what I was thinking about there. Sorry. Fight, bad. Damage, terrible. Okay, I'm back on track. This is insane. If she'd reacted just a fraction of a second slower, her outfit would have been the only thing wouldn't have been the only thing cut her in that attack. I thought Yuzuki seemed bad before, but if anything tonight she seems even more stronger. Is it just all in my head? The pair learned from their mistakes previous night and devised something almost resembling teamwork tonight to try and put an end to her, but she hits back twice as hard anyway. Sayaka and Hikari have given it their all, and this monster still has the upper hand. What if they have any trick left? I suppose I should put more faith in my guardian angels if things look dire right now. They're surely trained for these kind of intense battles and must have at least something to fall back on. Something that I hope doesn't involve flying again. I really, really don't want to fly again. At this point, I'll take my chances with Yuzuki. Sayaka hugs herself in an effort to cover up her face flushed with embarrassment. I can't imagine this being convenient at all during a fight. Especially not one as serious as this. I feel like I should be watching this. This is an important fight I can't afford to take my eyes off of. Or something like that. Ah! This is terrible! I can't fight with this! Oh, what do I do? With what should be a fairly troubling scene for her partner, Hikari actually seems more annoyed than anything as she rushes over. Come on, stop screwing around. She stomps her foot and scolds her half-naked partner. That seems like a rather bizarre way to treat someone in such a state. You know damn well you can just regenerate your outfit. Yeah? She can? So why should she be acting like she has? Ah, this is so huh? Oh, right. There's another flash and her outfit is restored to what it once was. Huh. It really was that easy. My bad. I totally forgot. Hikari hoists her sword up onto her shoulder and lets out a sigh, a dangerous vein just faintly visible on her forehead. You know, for some twisted reason, I think part of you wanted to show off. Maybe to a certain somebody. Me? Never. Though you sure want to talk, accidentally leaving the door unlocked. Bonk. Hikari wraps her on the head. What is even... Ow! I was kidding. Guys, aren't you forgetting something? I mean, it's not like you were in the middle of a fight or anything. Wait, that's a point. Yuzuki could have torn these two up while they were arguing. Where did she go after that attack? Suddenly realising this fact as well, both the girls jump into serious mode, if that's even really possible, and assume offensive stances once more. Did you catch where she went to? Why do I even ask? Beginning to grow uneasy. I instinctively throw a glance over my shoulder, only to be met with a maniacal smile. Boo! You! She's right behind me. How did she manage that? Then again, I guess it probably wasn't that difficult to defeat with how distracted my supposed guardians can get. I stumble backwards with the gasp just narrowly avoiding her outstretched grasp as she reaches for me with a limp. Kenta! Damn it. I'm so close as well. The dark girl winces and her shoulders sink. It seems like she barely... Yeah. It seems like she barely has any strength left. There you go, that's what you should say. As she just barely keeps a hold of her scythe limply at her side. Maybe the combined attack before was more effective than I thought, and it finally all caught up to her. Her energy reserves well and truly spent. This was probably her last-ditch attempt to get me. I'm lucky I turned around when I did. She gives me a narrow glare as she staggers back a few steps, my bodyguards catching up to me. Amber eyes full of hatred, she shifts her gaze to Sayaka and Hikari. Looks like it's my turn to retreat for the night. Don't think you've won anything just yet. You got lucky with that cheap shot, but don't expect it to work a second time. Kenta will be mine. But don't worry, I'm not cruel enough as to part ways without leaving you something to play with. Until we meet again. She begins to sink back into the shadows, giving off another devious laugh despite her limping retreat. That last part of what she said worries me. Something to play with? Like hell you're going anywhere. We're going to finish this fight here and now. Hikari, maybe we should be... Hikari disregards her partner's advice and blazes forward, sword at the ready. Seems like her blade is just about to connect with Yuzuki before she can make her escape, but something suddenly whips out, as if appearing out of nowhere, and takes Hikari off of her feet, hoisting her high into the air. A thick, slimy appendage. A tentacle? Oh, good Christ almighty. Hikari drops her sword after being blindsided by the beast, and is left wrestling helplessly against the writhing tendrils as they work to ensnare her. Wah! Hey, no! Let me go! I see her hands give a glow. That's right. She doesn't have a weapon, she still has her magic. Should be able to make quick work of this thing, sword or not. Now I'll show you. Huh? Or maybe not. The beast is one step ahead of her, and works to bind her hands, leaving her well and truly helpless. The tentacles creeping ever closer, oozing a pungent substance that coats a good majority of her. This is so disgusting. I don't think all the showers in the world are going to be able to get this stuff out of my hair. She bemoans her disgusting predicament. Predicament as she fashions around, ultimately only resulting in tentacles constricting tighter against her. Okay, so she can't save herself, but her trusted partner should be able to pierce the tentacles with a well-placed arrow, right? Right? But bad doggies! Sit! Down! Stay! What? When did they show up? Sayaki's surrounded by a pack of those demonic dogs from before, the ones that nearly took my life. They must have charged in at the same time as the tentacle creature made itself known. Were they summoned by Yuzuki, I wonder? Wait, can she control them? Hello? Is anyone going to actually help here? This isn't as fun as it looks, you know. Hikari gives her a brave front, but I can see the tentacles are taking their toll on her. This is bad. Both of them are held up by monsters. While Sayaka is handy with the bow, I don't think she's all that good at close combat, so she might be in trouble here. And then, Hikari is clearly in need of assistance. The tentacles might completely crush her if nothing is done soon. So with both of them struggling, who's left to help them? Me? But I haven't ever fought anything in my life. I would have been dead long ago if these two hadn't made themselves known in my life. I clenched my fists tight and threw a glance between the two girls. They've risked so much to help me before, while I've just stood on the sidelines like some sort of coward. They need my help. What can I do? I don't have any magic powers. I don't have super strength. I can't fly. I'm useless. Useless. I stop at the ground, cursing my weak nature. Huh? Something clatters at my foot. Hikari's sword. A sizable amount of steel that almost rivals Hikari herself in height. I crouch down to pick it up. Despite its size, it's surprisingly light. I'm able to take it up with just a single hand. I think pick it up would have sounded better there. This is crazy. I can't believe I'm even thinking of doing this. I straighten up and tighten my hold on the sword, giving it a test swipe into the air. It slices through without much resistance and gives off a satisfying swish. It'll be just as easy, right? Air is one thing, but to even think about using this thing on something living, even if they're monsters, I'm just not sure if I can follow through with this. Kya! Don't touch me! Back! It's crushing me! Someone help! I can hear cries of stress from both sides. Time is running out. I've made up my mind. I can't send them both at once though. Who needs help more urgently? Oh, ball sacks.